Thanks for tuning in to Stocks with Antonio. Well, it's Monday, the market's open, and a lot of red, a lot of pullback. The pullbacks continue to happen. And some of you are probably thinking, hey, do I sell everything in my portfolio? Do I start over? And that's common with retail investors, right? We don't like to see our portfolio in the red and we think, hey, should we sell? This is not the time to sell, in my opinion. This is a time to be nibbling. And the reason I say nibbling, because I don't know how far it's going to go, right? We don't know how far of the pull. We don't know how far the pullback's going to be, right? So you don't want to freak out. You want to start nibbling in companies that you believe are going to grow, right? Strong, good companies, not companies that are extremely risky, penny stocks that are not profitable. They're not showing revenue. They're not increasing revenue. They're not showing guidance. You don't want to be investing in companies like that. You want to invest in companies that are showing revenue growth, that are beating earnings. They're showing good forward guidance, that are profitable, things like that. You want to look for companies like that. And when I find a company like that, what do? I want to bring it to the channel. I want to share it with everyone that watches the video. Now, I do have to let you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I can share my opinion. I can share what stocks I like and which ones I'm going to be adding to my portfolios, and the companies I already have in my portfolios, which ones I'm going to DCA. Because at the end of the day, when you got good companies, if you really want to build wealth, what you got to do, you got to work on increasing your share count. Now, I know a lot of people will make videos and say, hey, just buy one stock, just or do fractional shares. Nothing wrong with that to enter a stock, but you got to come up with a plan, right, to get more. So if you're buying one share of a company or you're buying a fractional share just to get started, that's excellent, right? You're starting your investment journey. Everyone's going to be at different levels. But you want to make sure that if you're investing in a good company that you believe is going to have a lot of upside, you want to increase those share counts. So right now, I would be looking for opportunities for companies that you plan to hold 5 years or longer. Right now, if you're looking for short term, the market's really risky and I don't want to chase anything. I know there's some companies that are running up, gas, energy, but the people that really are benefiting off the run up are individuals that are already invested in those type of companies before the run up, right? A lot of people see a run up in the company, they get excited, they get FOMO, and they want to buy it at the top. And guess what? Then it cools off and then pulls back down, and then they're in the red, and then they're bag holding. You don't want to be a bag holder. You don't want to be in the red, even though sometimes you may buy a company and it may continue to pull back, right? That can happen. Because sometimes I'll talk about stock and someone will say, hey, the next day it pulled back. That can happen. But remember what I said. You're supposed to, well, I can't tell you what to do, but what I'm doing, right? 5 years or longer. So I'm investing in company. I'm looking out 5 years or longer. So if it's a good company, it will recover and go a lot higher. And right now with this pullback, I think eventually all this will recover from, and the market will recover and go higher from where it's currently at. Now, if you don't believe me, that's fine. You can go ahead and do some research, check out go on the internet, read some books, look at every downturn. Have we not come back from it, recovered, and gone higher? Yes, we have. If you don't believe me, definitely do your homework on that. But one that I'm excited about right now that I'm planning to add to my portfolio soon is HIMS, ticker symbol HIMS. Now, a lot of you may be familiar with HIMS from last year because this one was a pretty popular stock, and its 52-week high was at $70. So this thing at one point was trading at $70 a share, but man, it's come down a lot. It's come down all the way down to around $13, and then it started to go up to like 15, and we got really good news. Now I'm going to share a little bit about the news. They came out with a partnership with Novo. I might have mispronounced that. HIMS reached a deal with Novo to sell official weight loss drugs on its platform. So that's really good. The partnership ended the lawsuit between the two companies. Investors see this as a big positive because HIMS gets direct access to extremely high demand drugs. Legal risk from the lawsuit is mostly gone, and it strengthened their telehealth platform, right? So investors saw this very positive partnership, lawsuit going away, and they're excited. So what did the stock do when this news came out? It ran up after hours. So if you already have bought it, you benefited. You could have took some profit, for example, if you wanted to, right? So if some of you got HIMS when it was at 13, 14, $15 and you took some profit, let me know down in the comments. Let us know about that win. But did I go buy right after news? No, because it ran up, I believe, up to like $24, $22, something like that. And usually when news comes out and a stock just pumps, just runs up like that, it's not a great idea to go buy it. Don't go chasing it. Let the excitement and the news wear off a little bit. Let the stock come down and get a better entry point. So that's basically what I'm looking. I'm looking for, the excitement of the news to come down a little bit. When that stock price comes down a little bit, I'm looking to enter. I believe HIMS is going to go up to over $30 a share with time. Remember, right now we're going through the market's been pulling back, so it's not something that I'm seeing that's going to happen tomorrow. But with time, I believe HIMS is going to be a good company to add to a long-term portfolio. Now, that's just my opinion. I love to know yours if you want to leave it down in the comments below. Also, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up button right down below. Check out my description box. I got some useful links there for those of you that may want to learn more about candles and charts. And if you haven't done so, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the small channel. I'm a small channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to stay up to date on the market, on stocks that I'm buying, and knowing my opinion on the market, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I make videos almost daily talking about the market. So if you want to stay tuned, you definitely want to hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate your time for watching. And actually, you know what? Before I cut it off, I'll share this for some of you that may be watching that may do calls or puts. This morning I had some time, and I try every week. I try to basically day trade with how the market is. I'm not trying to hold anything overnight. So in the morning I did a put option on the Qs, and I got out, made a little bit of money. Nothing crazy, but made a little bit of money. And I saw some opportunity on the spot. I saw like, hey, the thing is going to reverse and start to go up. And man, I missed out. I missed out on the spot, but I love to know if anyone's watching this. Did anyone do a call option on the SPY? Because this thing went all the way down to 662 and then went all the way up to 672. So if you got it when it was at 662 or 663 or 664, even 665, that was a lot of upside. I love to know if anyone watching this got that. I missed that win. I really wish I would have got it, but hey, that's what happens to the market. Sometimes you don't get them all. You don't win it all. Sometimes you even lose. It's just part of the game, right? But what you try to do, what I try to do is every day get better by trying to learn something every day with the stocks, with the charts. So I'm always trying to improve. That way I can always have more wins and losses, and that's what matters. At the end of the year, what you want to see is that you have more wins than losses. So hopefully you guys are killing it. If you're short-term trading, which right now, I'm not trying to hold anything overnight when it comes to my short-term plays, but my long-term, remember, if I have 5 years or longer, I am looking to increase my long-term portfolio, and I have been doing that with this pullback. And I think it's a great opportunity to do that because I believe we will recover. We may continue to pull back further, and that's just going to be more opportunity to continue buying into your favorite stocks and growing your positions in the good companies that you have. So hopefully you do have some good ones. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.